So, Gaurav, can we start now? Are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I think it's good that you are able to join for the session. And others from India and the other few countries where still they are suffering, we appreciate your interest in these situations. Because of COVID, things they won't freeze this what we call this embassy selections and all in the next year if the things go well, so they can't wait for it. So they are putting their selection process. We hope there is this time not many countries will stop this what we call the application process. We hope it will be good. So Gaurav, can we start now? Are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let me share my screen. This one. Guys, you can I'll just brief it what we are going to cover now so that you can speak in between or you can speak at the end. It's up to your convenience. I'll be sharing the research plan template. Okay, can you see the screen, Gaurav? Can you confirm?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a document I was speaking just now, just to make sure that I don't want to miss a context. So other questions I'm not highlighting here, but you can, right, other questions means, let me open the application form. So, okay. So this application form, I think most of you have seen the video. I have explained the individual headings. I hope there is no doubts in these questions. The few questions, these are normal columns. Some people have MPhil and they have asked certain questions. You can fill both if you have. There is no wrong in that. And employment record you can put, and awards, certificate, medals. This all you can put. So remember, whatever you are writing, it is having a scope that you can use as your credential during your interview round. If you go to second round of selection, it is like let's say you got some award, you can speak on that and say that you are qualified in that particular aspect. It's not just you're putting the certificates, you can use well. That is a suggestion. And yeah, from here it is the main topic for today. Yeah, this one we'll discuss. So guys, can we have some quick replies, like how many of you have started filling or how many of you have already filled the research plan in certain extent? Can we have some quick response? I'll put chart enabled. Where is this? Stop sharing. Okay. Wait, I'll put in public so everybody can see. So can you people text in the chat and say, or you can not filled yet? Yes. Okay. So like a research plan, what I have recorded recently, that seems like being a good helpful for many people. I'm seeing the comments are being helpful, but that is for those who already have some idea. But if you don't have any idea now, I think we'll be explaining so that you can start from the scratch. That will be helpful. I have to start writing. I'm just concerned not much people are working in my area of interest. This I think I will see this one. I'm started writing but not completed. Yeah, there are some people who written and there are some people who are about to write. That is a good. No need to worry at this stage. If you have time, you can put some few days. It will be over. So, okay. Should I write abstract project created during bachelor's abstract and for PG and doctoral? This is for both UG, PG and doctoral. UG also we have the two major questions. That is another thing I just observed is that it's not just for PG and UG. Basically, the questions will be coming up in interview round for PG also. The UG have these questions. If you see, Usually people have only these two questions they have to write well, but the same questions for PG will be asked in the interview round. So it is not that they'll be focusing or they'll be taking care of only these things. It is both they will, we have to know in a better way. Okay. Before starting, I think Gaurav, can you speak a little bit and can you share your comments and experience a little bit, and then we'll go ahead further.
Okay, sure, sure.
Yeah.
So let me introduce myself. So my name is Gaurav, and so I applied for MEXT last year itself. So the process was same. I'm from India, so the in India the process is same this year also, and it started since last year itself, like the this type of process. So generally, from last year they are giving us a application form, just one Word document, and we have to fill it properly, and then we have to just email them, and once they will shortlist the students. So what makes this shortlisting very crucial is that your field of study and research plan should be very accurate and to the point, like to the point what they want actually. So for example, I'm from mechanical engineering. So in the research plan, if you see that particular form, there are three sections. So first is about yourself, like education qualifications and abstracts and awards and all that thing. So that's the first part. And second part is the past and present field of study. And the third is research theme and plan in Japan. So, writing about the past and present field of study, I'll say that you should write about your major, what you are doing currently or you have done. Suppose if you're a graduate of mechanical engineering, so you can write about your major, what you have studied till now, what all subjects you have studied, what all things you have learned from your subjects. So if you don't have anything else to write, you can explain your subjects and what all things you can conclude from those subjects. But if you have done some internships, some research projects during your undergraduate course, so you can explain those things also in the past and present field of study. So there is nothing to be so in this section, the first section, past and present, there is no need to explain your proposal, like the coming proposal, which you will be explaining in part 2, that is the research theme and plan. So only thing you have to explain in the first part is your major and your background, your experiences, your research experiences, and what all internships you have done. So what all subjects you have learned, what all conclusions you have made from those subjects. So those types of answers you should write in this first part. Now second part is the research theme and plan in Japan. So first is research theme and second is research plan. So both look same, but the difference is that in research theme you will be explaining your research idea briefly. What I mean is like around 300 words. So suppose, I'll just take an example of my case only. So I'm from mechanical engineering and my research plan is related to microchannels. So heating and capillary flow in microchannels. So what I did is that I wrote a basic abstract of what I am proposing in these constructs. So before moving ahead, we should write something about the background, like why it is necessary, why microchannels are necessary, what is the problem currently faced by this type of technology, or like why my proposal is going to help that problem. So you have to build a basic structure in the research theme itself, and then then shortly introduce your idea at the end of the research theme. So once you introduce your idea at the end of research theme, so now you can move to the research plan, because then it will look as a continuation. So first in the research theme, you have written something, literature review and all that thing. Then you have mentioned the problems currently faced by that particular area. And then your idea how that problem is going to be solved by your research plan. So now research plan is something which is a detailed version of what you have proposed in the research theme. So in research plan, you can just explain the the process, like the initial process of any research is like doing literature survey and then collecting all the data required for your research. Then second part is like you have to work on either it's experimental or simulation, you have to work on that. And third part is you either you want to publish it or you want to go ahead with future studies like PhD or something. So the plan should be like a stepwise procedure. So what I did was I separated my plan in a phase wise. So phase one, phase two, phase three. So my phase one was the literature survey. So what I will be doing is that I will be doing literature survey of that problem and how can I solve that. Then phase two is that with the help of my lab mates or teammates or professor, I'll be discussing about those problems and working out some solutions for that. And phase three is that expected outcomes. Phase three, like the phase three was expected outcomes. So you can't be sure about the outcome, but you can say that these types of outcomes can be expected, and if that works out, I can move ahead with some another solution, something like that. So research plan is a detailed version of research theme. So yeah, so these two are the most important thing in the sheet. And in the first part, like the details of yourself. So if you have any research papers, so you can mention the names of the research paper and abstract below that. And if suppose if you are in final year of BTech, or like you have just graduated, so you will be doing your final year project, right? So using that final year project, you can write a brief abstract about that. So what was your project about? If you don't have any research paper, so you can mention about your BTech project and all. So yeah, these things can be done in this form. And I think this form is not this form doesn't, like, many people say that we have to just fill a form and just send it, but it's not just a form. It's like when you will be selected after this round, so you will be asked to send the whole application documents, like in the guidelines you will be seeing application form and everything. So then these questions will be repeating in the form also, like past and present field of studies and research themes. So you just have to copy paste these stuffs to that application form. So these questions are not only just questions; these are the questions from the application form itself. So that's why this Word document is very important in context of Indian Embassy MEXT application. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. I think that is a very detailed and good explanation for those who are appearing this year, and it will lighten up them for those who are in confusion state, and for those who are having some minor doubts. I think I'm just sharing parallelly while you're speaking. I think they would have understood what you are speaking well, and yeah.
Okay.
Thank you once again, and let's look into this research plan. What you have shared. I'll add few more things so that those people who doesn't have any idea how to write research plan without plagiarism issue, you can focus on now. I'll be suggesting few tips and suggestions. That is basically actual research procedure. They are expecting beforehand. It is unfortunate, and I'm sorry for that, because there are so many competition. They want to filter out, so they want to ensure some strict rules. So that's where
And
it has come
also,
up.
I like to add how this works. So basically, once
Yeah.
you fill this form, like in Indian context, I'm telling, once you fill this form and email that form to embassy, so what embassy is going to do is that they will shortlist, not shortlist, they will divide all the applications with from their respective majors. So suppose mechanical has received 100 application, so they will divide all the applications to a separate batches, and they will send all the applications to the respective professors of that particular field. Okay, so it's not like the embassy is gonna shortlist applications out of it. They'll be sending the applications to your to a group of professors who is gonna read that and shortlist your application. So it's not like if you write anything and if you think that embassy is not gonna understand it or something like that, that is not gonna work. You should believe that this proposal is gonna read by a panel of professors. So yeah.
One second.
Congrats.
Wait, other part.
I don't know. I'm doing webinar. Wait.
Wait all. Okay, I have muted all participants. Allow participants to unmute. Okay. Guys, please make sure when you're having some noise in the nearby home or something, please mute once for a few minutes. Okay, let's move on further. This one. So Yeah, basically what our Gaurav has said, it will be divided by embassy as per our expected observations and whatever we have seen, and then they'll be sent to professors. I find it. One more thing is like during the division of these applications or the measures, I think they'll be sending to the plagiarism verification before sending to professors. That means most of the applications will be filtered out before going for the proper review itself. Because plagiarism, it is very in the Turnitin software, like it is a strict plagiarism verification software. It will check even one, two words parallel or three words parallel. So how much plagiarism are they allowing? We don't know. So try to put as less as possible. I think we can't. I think individually you can't verify your plagiarism status, but I'll suggest you try to put as best as possible your own words, your own way of writing. That will be good. And then that is true. One more thing, if you copy paste the technique, they will easily find out, and even in the review, they won't even give a weightage. It is required. You need to write your own, and you need to write in your own pattern. So in that context, I would like to tell. Okay. So in that context, I would like to tell that yeah, I just started talking about this example. So research theme, I just taken as example this additive manufacturing field of bone tissues for medical implants. You can put any example. I just took as a pilot one, and then brief description. What is the impact and where it will be useful? You can write. So how will you write? Like you may be not written any paper so far. You may be doing some your coursework or you're doing some bachelor studies. How can you write? So that is tough, right? That we can understand, because in the bachelor's time, it is difficult to get difficult to have exposure in the proper way of writing. So let me try if I can share some paper so that you can use it as a trick.
Yeah, I think if I add on to this, so basically people don't know how to write the proposal. So I'll suggest, like, first identify your topic. Suppose if you are from a computer science background, you should identify your topic. Suppose AI is very famous these days. So AI, and then what is under AI: supervised, non-supervised, and then what is under that. So suppose you have classified image classification of cells, biological cells, using AI. So now, since you have classified and topic, you can go to websites like Scholaro, Science Direct, and then search that particular topic, and then you'll find a lot of papers being published on those topics. So what you can do is that you can always read review papers on those particular topics. So review papers is basically some of all those previous research done. Like suppose a review paper consists of summary of all that works done in that particular background. So you can read that review paper and try to get some ideas. And in that particular review paper also, at the end of the paper, you will find some future scopes has been mentioned. So reading that future scopes, you can get some idea about what all things I can contribute into that. So you'll get a wholesome idea from that particular paper itself about the research proposal and research plan. So that's what I'll suggest to read a review paper and get some idea.
Yeah, that's a good thing. See, like this is a review paper. Basically the review papers, they'll be writing in a, see, another thing, while reading you can see how they are writing the abstract. Like they are also the paper published means the plagiarism is taken care of. So they'll be writing their own words in a different artistic way. So you can see how they have written the particular abstract, and then you'll get to know what to write in your research plan, and even the introduction part, how they articulated the papers, the references. And for you, it's not, you need not to worry that you need not to go for so many references. You can, I think 5 to 10 should be more than sufficient for 4 pages of writing. So that you can take and you can write accordingly in your own words, and you can see how they have formulated these examples. So another thing why I'm sharing these papers is like people who doesn't know how to write papers, the basic thing these institutions in higher education they will teach is that they will make you to read lot of papers. So a lot of papers, there are a lot of techniques you'll be coming to know, and you will be knowing a lot of ways of writing the same topic. So if you can spend 1 or 2 days on reading multiple papers of your research interest, you will understand like what is the actual. Uh, Gaurav, my voice is okay, right?
Yeah, but the paper is not visible. I don't know which paper are you talking about.
No, screen is visible.
Yeah, it's a Word document.
Word document. Still, something is
Yeah,
moving or not moving.
yeah, it's moving. I thought you were showing a review paper. That's why.
Yeah, review paper also I'm sharing. Is it visible?
No.
Oh, by this Mozilla Firefox I'm sharing is review paper. Let me reshare. Okay, I need to share my entire screen. Okay, I shared only one window. I'll share my full screen, I think. Oh, then previously also would have not seen. Okay, now is it visible, the
Yeah,
paper?
yeah, it's visible.
Okay, sorry. I think, okay. So like this is a review paper. It's additive manufacturing review paper. So what I'm saying is like the top institutions, when you go for masters or PhD or even dual degree, they will expect you to read a lot of papers so that you will get to know the major work problems which are being solved in that particular area in the recent years, and also you'll get to know how they are writing, how they are articulating this each topic. So this is a big process. Under that, there are various topics, how they are segregating. So these things you can use for your methodology description also. And there are various graphs and all. So this and all should put in a better way for getting better in understanding. It is recommended that you read more papers of of your research interest, so that you'll be able to sort out the writing in a better way. And you can see these applications. After all the review, they have put application areas, and then you can see like discussion and conclusions. In the conclusion, they will put feature scope, like what Gaurav has said. You can take the feature scope as a reference. That is the one way. Other way is around, if you read more papers, you will understand what is the actual recent trend is in that field. Another thing is that the references try to put it in the same format. It will make you a good impression on the reviewer side if they see your review. If you they see your proposal, the format of the authors, and this you see the standard papers, and then you put in the same format: year, page numbers, volume. This and all, I think for you bachelors, after bachelors, many people don't know. For masters, also some colleges they won't tell you so seriously, so you can verify as here. So this is a specific subject paper, like this is one of the specific topic. It's not a review paper. Here you can see like for particular topic how they have articulate, how they have written the words, the explanation part without going for plagiarism issue and all. So you can see that it is a short paper, and then you can see the results how they are formulated. And the images, I think if you can make your own by using a line drawing in Word file, it will be very good. Or else you can draw something which are relevant to your proposal. That will be very good. It will give you
Yeah.
good
So if
weightage.
you try to if you can incorporate some flowcharts or some graphical abstract, so that will add on to some values. But yeah, make sure that the file size should not increase more than 200 KB, because that's what the embassy website says. For India,
Yeah,
basically, that Word document file.
yeah. So this is another. This is actually I think it's a drawing, schematic drawing from a Word file or PowerPoint. So you can see these are a Word file, I think, or PowerPoint. So they have taken it rectangle boxes, and then they have simply taken some shapes that replicates this process, stereolithography. So like that, you can show some basic diagram. It will be very good. You will be in a better side in the selection process. That is highly recommended. And yeah, so the Word file you can see, Gaurav, now.
Uh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I can't see. Yeah, I can see now. Yeah.
Okay. So the Word file now, what I'm talking is that the introduction part and the description part I have shared, how to write, how to formulate, and the plagiarism, how to ensure is the best way to read more papers so that you will be you can say your plagiarism issue. You don't need to worry about plagiarism issue if you read more papers. And then objectives and timeline. This timeline you can put phase wise, like Gaurav said, or you can put quarters wise, or you can put semester wise also. For masters 4 semesters, for PhD 6 semesters, expected schedule. And you put it in a practical way that, let's say I said like additive manufacturing is a process I wanted to solve and work on for bone tissue implants. So in literature survey, in the first 6 months, you say that you have to take courses. So you can't say that I'll be doing my full research in first semester itself. It will be unrealistic. So you should say the answer such a way that it will match the reality. So first 6 months, mostly courses will be there. So you can say that literature survey and discussion with peers and supervisor to get sort out your research problem, formulation of your research problem, formulation, better formulation of problem, better formulation of research problem, right? So you can write that way. And next few months, you can see that preliminary experiments along with some of you may have some 6 months exam, or you may have some of your courses or some busy work in academic schedule. So based on that, you can put second 6 months. Last 2 quarters for masters, so you can put full time because you'll be requested to work full time in your research. For PhD, for second 2 years, you can put full time research, no issue. So this methodology, research gap, and scope and references. Yeah, and this one, what was the trigger for having interest in Japan? That you prepare for interview round if you get selected for the in the first round for PG people. For UC people, you have to write in the first round itself.
And in the application, also we have to write this for PG. Like even in the application form, this question is there.
Where
not this form, the MEXT application form. Once you qualify
true.
this round.
Yeah, after qualifying, you will be asked to write. Yeah. So you try to write in a solid answer. See, the technical answer is the best, and the relatively your cultural interest and your personal impact is second best. Then you go down the weightage to like some anime or some mangas or something. That is the third one. So what I was talking other day is like, even if you say anime, even if you say manga, somebody was formulating in this way, like the way they are able to showcase the anime movies, or the way they are able to make it such an attractive way, the background work and the work culture, it is highly impressive to know and learn that way, so that you can improve, you can do better things in the same domain like that. The same, it is a funny way, even entertainment topic only, but you can see the technical aspects, and you can say that this made me to look more details about the working culture and studying in Japan. Then I went more details, and then I found my passion since lying into Japan higher education. So like that, you can take the context to your control. It will be good way. And what kind of things you can do to contribute your home, and this also. So this you can see like either your research application, which is having impact in both the countries, or you can say that it will help you in the cultural exchange in between two countries, or you can say that your what we call your future research, it will be a good benchmark, and then you want to go for higher research in the particular domain. For that, Japan is one of the best, so you can articulate that way. Then that is also fine. So that is about these two. Gaurav, you want to say something about these two questions?
Like the trigger, what you said is right. Like you can start with the technical aspect, why you wanted to study in Japan, and then what cultural aspect you liked about, and then why that particular research group. Suppose if you have identified a group, because in the application form itself we have to fill a placement preference form. So yeah, that is also important aspect. So many people were asking whether we should contact a professor right now or not. So it's not necessary. Like I will say, it's not like it's not prohibited, but it's not necessary, because the thing is that once you qualify this round, you will be asked from the embassy itself to contact professors and get a letter of acceptance. So that is a later process. But right now you just have to fill any professor name and any university and department from your interest point of view, and then you can write about that particular university, that why you have chosen that university in that particular question, in this particular question, what trigger and interest in Japan. Also, that second, what kind of things you can contribute. So this question you try to answer in the research theme itself for the application form, the embassy form. So in the research theme, which I was talking about earlier, so at the bottom of the research theme, you try to answer this question in that theme, and then later on, once you are filling the application form, you can just take out that answer from there and just paste it here. So this answer you can write about, like, if your research is very very good and it can be helpful for both countries. Like suppose someone is doing a research in railway engineering, and as you all know that India is also working hard in railways to build bullet trains, and also yeah, you can write something about that. Also, it's in related to biomedical or something like that. So I was reading a plan a few days ago. So someone mentioned like the older population in Japan is very high. So my medical device is something like which can be very helpful for them, and also it can be helpful for that particular home country also. So yeah, so you can try to think how your research can be helpful for both the countries, and you can write about that.
Yeah, I think that is very good. That's a
And
good.
for India, yeah, the field of study, this is like the important thing you shown. So for India, the field of study mentioned on the website and the field of study mentioned in this particular form, that should be same. Okay. Go up.
Here.
So yeah, the first page.
Okay, okay. Here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Field
Field of
of
study,
study.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't write any field of study from your own imagination. You have to follow this.
This one, field of study, they given these headings, right?
Yeah, so you just have to copy that field of study and paste it there. That's all. So
Yeah, true. Guys, please remember that is important. And under that, you make your story, your research plan.
yeah,
I think now we'll go with the interaction. If somebody wanted to talk, it will be good. We don't want. I think we covered the basic required thing.
and yeah,
Uh,
one more thing, Murugesh.
yeah,
So the thing is that in that application form there is mention about GP and all that thing, right?
yeah.
Can you take that out?
This one
Yeah.
here.
So percentage only, right? There is a column percentage only. So if you have GPA in your university and you don't know how to calculate percentage, you should ask that university because they need percentage, because the eligibility criteria for MEXT is 65%. So even if you have GPA, you can mention that GPA, but you try to convert that GPA into percentage and write here.
Yeah. Actually, somebody was asking to me recently, like they have low grades and they wanted to work and they wanted to study. I'm so much motivated and all. Sorry to say, guys, like it is a highly competitive one. So these discussions, you may not even get a chance to convey them. So try to put whatever possible in the document, technical way only, so that you may get a chance. So that is very competitive, because if it is low, you need to do something whatever is possible. It makes more attractive in your application.
Yeah.
So these questions in the chat box, uh, can we uh, can we write the answer to the trigger question in both three aspects, like 3 points? Actually, that is a good part. That's what we are talking. You say that the trigger points, you can say different themes, all points, it will reinforce your answer. Let's say you said some answer and you wanted to you propose some research or some problem. When you speak that both the things, it will make your application stronger. You can add three different points. That's good. There is no reason or no issue in that. Questions? No, questions are within shared in public. Please don't mind. This is there. But they need hard copies. Then how do we check plagiarism? Are they, this one, Nusrat, I don't know if it is Mr. or Miss. Actually, they asked only soft copies. So they will
No, no,
definitely
no,
check the
no, no. In
plagiarism.
some countries they have asked hard copy also.
Oh,
So for making hard copies, you are making soft copy first, right? So so you can check
yeah,
by yourself, like on there were various websites like Grammarly and all. So you can
yeah,
try to check by yourself, and then you can print it and submit. Try not to make any plagiarism even if you're submitting hard copy, because they won't be checking. Honestly, they won't be checking that much of plagiarism in hard copies, but still you have to be honest with your application, because anything can go wrong at any time.
yeah.
So yeah.
That is another thing, maybe because that particular countries have maybe lesser aspirants, maybe some lesser response. Then they may give all applicants for second review. That is also a chance. But for India and big countries like in India, I think it is difficult. They will definitely filter out. They have to filter out. There is thousands of applicants. Can you share the document after the presentation? I think this video is going to be uploaded, I think, as it is. I'm doing my intern as final year project. Should I write about my intern? You can write about your intern, or you can write about your project. Everything you include in your story, that will be helpful. So you can include all the your research or academic credential in your research theme in appropriate place. so that it should be helpful for your proposal. Can I add? I am work profile at IT professional in past and present field of study. IT professional, you can add in the way that if it is not relevant to your that research plan, I'll recommend you that you can add such a way that the work culture or the problem solving skills or the analytical skills you have experienced, and you will be able to solve far better than better in the domain. And also the actual impact on the community because of your interest in reading articles during your work in IT professional. You can say that way. Maybe directly it may not be relevant if it is a different research problem, but you can say in that way. That is my suggestion. And don't have experience in previous research. Not about research, unless your proposal is so strong and you are having good research problem, and if you're having good aspirations, if they can get you impressed with your application, the overall document, you may have a chance, but relatively it's competitive. Projects, I think we have discussed about these projects abstracts, and yeah. So wait, guys. I think you can discuss. We are giving you time for discuss directly. Please, you can put the messages, no problem, but you can discuss directly. I'm giving you. I think you can unmute yourself. That option is given. Let me stop sharing. Us. Yeah, I think you can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, this is Aniket.
Yeah.
So I have a question regarding. I have two questions regarding. One is for research plan. So I'm asking about how much technical do I need to be in the research plan, and because it is only for 2 pages, right? So
no, that's what we told. It's a 4 pages actually, 2 plus 2. They said openly either you can use two-sided or single-sided. That means they are okay with either your 2 pages or 4 pages. Both.
Okay, so how much technical do I need to be? I mean, if I go to a standard of a normal paper, right? So
Yeah.
there are multiple technical aspects of it. So I'm asking that how much technical do I need to be?
I will say, like, even my seniors, when I'm giving my selection for MEXT in the last previous year, my seniors, everybody told me, like, put it 100% technical. Don't think of anything. Even I have so much of cultural inclination. I have so much of interaction with the kids in the Japan during my stay there. But still, they said, like, you put completely technical only. They didn't recommend it for any sort of personal discussion or any other stuff. If you can't put a more technical, then you can think like a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, I am thinking about putting more technical, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you put more technical.
Yeah,
That is a
of
good hack.
Okay. Another thing is for the past and present fields of study, I already asked that IT experience question.
I think
So I am
that you
asking.
can, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm asking that if I want to do the masters in information technology and my BTech is in electronics, so will it impact in my I mean admission?
No, unless the research plan and your stories overall it is having more impact. I think that should be fine.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank you.
you should be more presence of mind when you're talking. If you get second round, when you're talking, it should be more presence of mind. It will be very good.
Okay.
Because they will be
Another thing,
asking this in the interview.
Yeah.
yeah, I have that answer ready.
Okay, good.
So another thing is for the previous papers, right? So I don't have any major papers in like major publication or journals like IEEE and Scopus, right? But I have one or two papers in normal papers that are included in the UGC approved courses in 2017 or 18, but currently not in. So should I include those, or will it be bad impact in my admission?
No, I think we have explained this one. So you can include. There is no issue in that. If it is so much diverse in your research area, also, it will show that you know some writing skills, whatever it is, either good journal or bad journal. Because early stages they won't expect you to be so much expert in the domain and writing skills. I think it
But
should be fine.
one thing, Murugesh, like if you are submitting papers of those journals which are not listed on Scopus or Google Scholar, so I'll suggest you to put a link below your writing in the Word document, so that if someone is reading the soft copy, they can click on that link and go to that particular website and see.
Yeah, it's actually included in the Google Scholar, but not in Scopus.
Yeah, so whatever, you just put the link of the paper.
Yeah, they
And
may
can I
take
include
time
the
to see.
DOI also, right?
DOI, yeah, DOI. That's what I,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Others, you can unmute and speak. Whoever wanted to speak.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm Kushagra and I wanted to ask, like, due to Corona in India, a lot of colleges are closed, and will there be will the timeline will be late in submitting the documentation, because I won't be able to get the recommendation because my college is closed during this time.
Uh,
Can I
Yeah.
answer this?
yeah.
So 16th May is the deadline for. Are you asking for undergraduate or masters, like research?
I'm asking for masters.
Yeah, so we don't need a recommendation letter before May 16, because we just have to submit the form.
Yeah. At this
Oh
stage,
yeah.
it's not necessary.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but if during that time the colleges are closed and the situation is really worse, and for right now for the 10 days everything is closed. But if that situation happens in during that time, what do you think? Will
Yeah, last year also the situation was same. So some people were having this doubt. So, but I tried to ask my juniors to get the recommendation letter. So you can also do that. And if it's not possible, then you can ask your professor to send an email, like via email, a recommendation letter to that embassy directly. So they will see and they will print it and attach with your application document.
Okay, and I have another doubt. Like, I'm in my eighth semester, and all the transcript. I don't have all the transcripts for my results because due to Corona, they were not published. But I have the result in which there is sign of my VC and all the people that have to verify that. So I can show that PDF or result instead of my transcript.
But you have to get a sign of some university official on that, because you can't just show a printout, online printout.
Okay, if
So
I get the sign, I can show it, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Hello.
yeah. Go on.
Hi, Murgesh. Hi, Gaurav. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Yeah.
My question is, I have done some research in my master's, and I am trying to deviate a little bit in my research proposal. So, would this deviation be a negative thing for my research proposal, or is it fine?
Unless and until you are able to strongly defend yourself why you are switching the research, not in terms of your personal benefits or your personal plans, due to the technical benefits of that particular field, it should be fine. It's like the basic truth is that even in any domain, people used to switch the fields. It is not that they'll be in the same field. It is normal. Switching a field or slightly deviating is absolutely normal. But that one at this early stage, they will expect us to be how they will see like how technically are we switching, like are we just switching or are really switching for a better cause. So that way you can showcase the impact of that particular domain you are appearing, and also you should be knowing more in that. That will how I can know that, or how the reviewer know is that if you send me some document and particular topic, while reading itself they'll understand how much deeper are you, or how much ambitious are you in that domain, because certain words or certain explanations it will reflect that way. So that's why we are recommending, if you are having any confusion, try to read few papers in that domain and you can write well. So that I think you can clear that issue.
And like as the first stage is concerned, so once you are writing the field of study, suppose you have done your bachelor's in IT and now you are moving to EC. So so now your field of study will be EC, and then if you make your proposal in the field of EC itself, then they're not gonna judge you on the basis of that, because you have written the field of study as EC and then you're making a proposal in field of EC. So that doesn't matter if you have done a BTech in IT or something. So you just have to explain your proposal very well.
True.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, do we need to send the original documents after the preliminary round?
No. You don't have to send originals. You just have to send university certified copies.
Okay. And about the abstract thing, I have added my master's degree abstract. So, what proof I need to send after the preliminary round regarding this abstract?
Proof like so you have a thesis, right? Master's
Yes.
thesis,
Yes.
and you have written the abstract of that thesis into the project into that form, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so there's no need of any proof. If they ask for any proof, you can just submit your you can email a PDF copy of the, but but they don't ask these type of things. So what you can do, I'll suggest you is that in the preliminary form itself, you just put a link of a Google Drive file and you upload your thesis onto that and you share the link, so that to be on the safer side.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, basically with these abstracts, I think they won't ask for references or the proofs. So I think it should be fine. If you can share, if you can't share also, it's okay. Not that much impact in the other side. And okay. So Vaibhav
Hello,
is
sir.
raising your hand.
Yes. Hi, Brajesh.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hi. So my question is, how do I identify which professors have the authority to be our supervisor? So there are so many professors in each field. So not all professors have the authority, no?
Wait 1 second. So basically, you're asking for masters or PhD?
Masters.
Okay, for PhD, it is almost sure that assistants can't take. That's what we heard. For masters, it may be possible, and at the and what you said, it is true. There are some people who don't have that what we call that particular slot for the semester. And another sad thing is that we can't verify thoroughly all these things at present. And also the positive side of this thing, whatever I have come across is that they will it's like if the problem or the research problem you're proposing is very good, means they will override the rules what they have. Like if the professor doesn't have this year, they may give the slot because of your research problem. Still, that is also possible. I heard through my professor during my internship in Japan, so it is also possible. So both sides, I think I need not to worry at this moment, I feel.
Yeah, and at this point of like time, you can write any name, like any professor name, whether it's assistant or associate. What I will tell you what happened to me. So I filled 3 names in my form. So I got LOA from first and second, and third also I emailed. So the professor itself replied, because he was an assistant professor. So he replied me, "Thank you for your email, and I don't have the authority to issue a LOA to you." So later on, if you write emails to such professor, they will tell you that they can't issue a LOA. So for now, you can write any names, because they're not gonna like. And later on, you can change the names also. So it's not something fixed. So that is not a point of concern this right now.
Yeah, actually, that is officially they'll say in the second phase of MEXT selection, the embassy route. You have to talk to the university and the professor, and you need to convince them. And then that time you can able to find out whether that professor is having the scope or not. So that is, I think it should be fine. So,
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in that preliminary application form, they have told about the English language qualification and score. So that does that refer to any TOEFL score?
Basically, yes. The short answer.
So because I haven't given any of such exam like TOEFL or IELTS, nothing.
May I know you are from?
Maharashtra, Mumbai.
Maharashtra. So basically, if you can propose, I mean, if you can get your certificate saying that you are studied in a college where the language of instruction is in English, they will consider even after up to second phase, unless the university, especially like Tokyo Tech and University of Tokyo, I think they will even ask you in the later stage to submit the scores. But for current situation for the preliminary selection, I think they will give you, they will consider you if your language of instruction is in English.
Okay,
So yeah.
So one question also I have. So in the lower part of the form, they have given past and present field of study.
Yeah.
So that I have to write in accordance with the what is written on the embassy website, like that, because I am doing
Embassy website,
BCA.
they give only broad streams, right? They didn't give any specific, right?
Yes, sir.
So why it will confuse you?
So that past and present field of study, like I am doing BCA current now, and on the embassy website, it is like information sciences and all that. So I have to write in accordance with that only, no?
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
what
no, no,
Gaurav
no.
said, no?
You know, the thing is that the BCA thing, it's your current major, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
sir.
that present of the field of study which is mentioned on embassy is the field of study which you want to do in Japan.
Okay, sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
So information science is something which you want to do, right? So that you should write on the top of the form that is in the field of study. But in explanation part, in your past and present, you should explain your BCA and what you have learned during your BCA and what projects you have done and all that thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, I had a few doubts. I have
Yeah.
already talked with Gaurav once, but my doubt is mainly I already have a diploma, and after that, I joined for the BTech program through lateral entry. So there was no space to mention diploma in that particular application form. Should I mention that, or should I just mention that in my past field of study like that?
You can mention in the 12th grade place, right?
I already have a 12th grade and diploma also.
So you joined 12th and then diploma.
Yeah.
Okay. In the bachelor's you have, okay. Yeah, I think in the table you can add one more row. I think I think they will be okay. And you can say you can write in the present field of study. Yeah, you can write there.
But my present field of study is currently in tribology, like in mechanical engineering, and my past field of study was mechatronics. So, if I mention both of that, there is no particular relation between these two field of studies. Will that be an
Okay.
issue?
Okay, let me tell you one example. Like recently, one professor from IIT Delhi, he was giving an example for for appearing for faculty selection in IITs. So he took an example of during the your application should be something like at 10,000 feet. Like the flight goes around 10,000 feet, 5 to 10 kilometers height, right? So if you see from the flight, you will see everything flat in the earth, right?
Yeah.
So like that, if you see overall stream, and if you go back, whatever you said, the streams behind that, all these streams go into one domain, one particular domain of engineering or science. So you write in a way that it all looks in a similar way, and they won't. I mean, it's a 3 years course. I think they will consider in a good way only. If you can, if your research plan is matching well, I think they'll consider in a good way only. And even the diploma means you can showcase that you have practical knowledge of experimental and other stuff more than the other people that you can showcase. Did I answer your doubt?
Yeah, I think so. I will try to include that in the present past field of study also.
Yeah, you can use it in a better way. All your these things, it will be good.
And one more thing, Murugesh. So as far as the tribology and mechatronics are concerned, so as far as I know, you can link both of things, right? So tribology is a study of friction between the surfaces, right? What I know about that. So about robotics and kinematic controls and all. So there are frictions and all that thing. So you know better than me, but yeah, you can try to relate between those streams and make a good past and present field of study out of it.
Actually, tribology I have studied, man. Actually, it's a best complementing subject only. I don't know why he's confused. So it is like the tribology requires even for any other field. It's like application domain of all the fields, the mechanical sciences fields.
To be entirely frank, my topic currently is triboelectricity. It's a small branch of tribology. So,
no, I mean to say you are more knowing the topic.
Yeah, we can link both of them.
Yeah, you can link properly. Yeah.
Okay, and I also had one more doubt. I have asked Gaurav earlier whether I can submit, whether I should mention an unpublished review paper in my application. I haven't published yet, but I co-authored a review paper.
You can put in don't paste as it is, because if you give now, I don't know if they put in a public domain, that may give you plagiarism for your future paper support, the paper publication. So you can write the same thing in your own words so that it won't be an issue like the plagiarism and all.
Okay, so should I mention that in the papers co-authored and mention the abstract?
Yeah, you can say that it is under review, or you can say under communication. Under communication, you can say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Hi, sir. Sir, I am a student of Bachelor Civil Engineering 8th semester. Sir, I'm going to apply MEXT Scholarship embassy based from Pakistan. So I
Okay.
am facing some difficulties regarding this research plan. Sir, could you please tell me the number of pages and paragraphs required for research plans?
Research plan for masters.
Yes, sir, for master's research proposal, yes, research planning, present field of study in which we mentioned that the problem statements and others, the fields we want to study in Japan.
No, it's like first thing is like what is your interest, what you wanted to do. That thing you decide which area or which broad discipline. On that area, you read some papers or some research topics in Japan universities. You check with them, the websites, and also you while reading itself, you may understand something maybe more interesting to you. On that one, you can start reading and you can write your own words. That will become a research plan document if you have nothing in hand.
So I should visit the Japan websites for getting knowledge about research plan.
Of course, right? You wanted to study in Japan, right? So whatever universities you wanted to study, see some of the labs relevant to your research, and see online the papers research like Google Scholar and Science Direct. You see the papers in that websites in your research area interest. I mean, whatever you wanted to do.
Sir, could you please tell me the number of pages for research plans
I think
required?
that we have shared now, right? Actually, that is they said like single-sided or double-sided and 2 pages. That means 2 or 4 word pages, word document pages, up to 4.
You mean 2 pages, and if the page has double side, then it will be 4 sides total.
Yeah, word document you can fill up to 4 pages in a soft copy, and you have to type. It is mandatory.
And in which we mention the charts and diagrams, methodology,
Yes,
etc. वगैरह.
yes,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
yeah. Good luck.
Okay, hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm actually a student of architecture, and so I have this confusion regarding the selection of the topic for my research plan. Actually, I want to know this: ki, while selecting the topic, like I have to remember the main problem between these two countries, or a particular problem like my country is recently facing.
If you can correlate, it will be good because it should have some impact, either social or economic or financial, or like some way or other way, it should have impact in the society.
Okay. So while I'm writing my research plan, so
Yeah.
while writing now, like I'm explaining it in an Indian format. Like I'm explaining the Indian issues and how the urbanization is happening in India, and the main issue is occurring right now. And I'm explaining the research like methods and any systematic way we can apply right now to like lower down this issues in India right now. So is this the correct way, or I should like say that how I can apply this in Japan? And the issue that's actually the problem is this: ki the issue is happening in both of the countries right
Okay.
now. So how can I like say in this word? Like, can you please explain this? I'm really confused regarding this.
Let me give you some other way of putting the same thing. So I think even I have this one short diploma on this urbanization and transportation. So what we have observed and what you can put in a way that don't speak directly as India, you speak also, but don't speak. It is like India means a big country, the country with a lot of population. So that doesn't mean that India alone is the country like that in the world. So whatever you say, speak the countries, you speak like the countries which have higher population and dense population in that areas, and which will have this the urbanization issues and the transportation issues and the particular issues. So if I can address this in the this kind of situation, let's say for India, like that, you bring the context, then you say that example of the Indian context, and you say that it will be helpful for this solution, this particular region or a particular problem. Then why you want to study in Japan means Japan have already solved that kind of scenarios compared to India or other countries, Japan, people call it a first World War, the countries, something like that. So it means they have already solved some certain problems. That means they know how to solve or how to build up the things. So you can bring that context. So Japan is being already known into certain extent. It will be good to study under them, and then problem solving and implementing. It is the government in Japan, they encourages these things, the globalization and all. So the research will impact few countries, means they'll definitely consider. So like that, you bring that story. So that's my suggestion.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, hello. My name is Mayank Rathi.
Yeah.
Sir, I am applying for undergraduate. I want to ask you that do we have to send our documents with the application form, or we have to for research we have to send them separately for undergraduates?
Actually, for undergrads, the website, somewhere it shows like only soft copy, somewhere it shows like you have to send hard copy, both the application documents, and some people also texted that it has to be posted. So I tried to reach to the embassy in Chennai, but I am unable to talk to the person. He was having this the COVID issues; they are not coming regularly. So I think you have to send both together, but the hard copies is mandatory, I think, for bachelors. So you can, I think you have a deadline is 28th, no? You have time for bachelors, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking of again contacting them, the embassy in Chennai. And the Kolkata embassy, they directly put you have to send hard copy to the local embassy. Like that, they said means again the Delhi embassy saying that you need to send soft copy only. So there is some conflict in the information. We'll try to get and then inform you, or else you also keep trying. So as of now, both are, I saw it is there. But be prepared for both, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a confusion that I have seen that some are asking that we have to show the transcript for our 12 years of education, or we just have to show the transcript of our 10th and 12th.
Yeah. True. 10th and 12th only. 10th one we will get and 12th you will get. That's all.
So, sir, we don't have to show the whole 12-year transcripts.
That is there in the application. I couldn't remember.
Sir, I heard it from a paragraph. I saw a paragraph in Google saying that.
Let me see the application form. I think what they're asking is the transcripts, the primary education, elementary school, and the state, city, and the period of schooling. They didn't ask the transcript here. Lower secondary school, that is middle school, and upper secondary school and tertiary school, that is undergraduate. So upper secondary is a +1, +2. Lower secondary is a SSC. Primary education, elementary school, we don't get in India, but you can. They asked the number of years you studied. So there is no. They didn't ask the transcript right here. So usually in Indian, the embassy recommendation means they know about our country. So their own country, whichever the embassy. So I think it should be all right. You can submit only 10th and 12th. Other years, I think it's not mandatory.
Okay, sir. And sir, one more question. Like I am in many of the extracurricular activities. Like I'm a national player too. So would it be helpful if I show them this thing like from CV and something?
I think I was talking or giving example for other day. Like some people asked about GATE examination score. How can I put it in a better way? So same thing here also. The extracurricular skills means what you actually gain with the extracurricular skills. The gain you can show, and you can put that normally, no issue. You put it. But if you get a chance to speak in interview or something, you use a story. I think you can put because bachelor's applicants, you may not have so many things in your application, extra things and all the courses or the trainings. You may not have so much. I think you can put whatever you have. It is good.
Okay, so thank you, sir, for the answers.
Yeah. Good luck.
Hello, I had another question. Like there is a in the form there is a English language qualification score. So I also read that the embassy will be taking the English exam. So do we need to fill that? I don't have any. I think they will be taking the exam, right?
Are you asking about a bachelor's examination?
Masters. No, I'm asking about masters. Yeah.
They will have examination, but that doesn't comes as a what we call that doesn't comes as your your language proficiency test. Some institutes they will force you this mandatory as per university norms. So that time you may need to give even at later stage. But for embassy concern and the current preliminary round concern, I think it's okay. You can submit without that.
Okay.
And another thing is that if you are able to get from your university, your language of instruction is in English or past this course, that will suffice for the most of the times. Unless the university, like the top institution in Japan, they are going globally in the top 100. So they have stricter expectation from these perspectives. So they may ask you if you get into that
So
institutes.
that give us time, right, to take the English exam. We don't have to give it right now.
Yeah, after preliminary results, I think you'll get few months after this letter of acceptance time. That time you may get.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I have another question. In application form, there is a question that what will you do for the improvement of Japan, the country in which you will be study, and for your own country after completing your master research. Sir, kindly explain the answer.
I think we
About
explained, right? Same thing for others now. Did you heard with others? We are discussing the same thing.
no, sir, I joined late.
Anyway, this will be I think we'll try to share it. You can listen again. The short answer is that you can put the impact that you can create in either countries and the globally, so that you can write in that way. The use what it can make. It's not one answer because it's a wide variety of disciplines. So there can't be short answers or the one answer. So you can write.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So any other doubts? Anyone? The chart questions, I'll see if there are some new questions I'll answer. Somebody have any issue in contacting over voice, you can put me in the chat. So I'll take those questions. Definitely I'll answer. Other things I'll see if it is important or some any few questions I'll answer them. No issue. BDS programs, actually after BDS, some people went for masters in environmental some labs because they have that research related to that particular material research. So I think it should be fine. You can try. You can add it like under review. This person who is asking this question, research paper. So you can add it as under review. That should be fine. BDS related to research topic, you can select the materials related for dental or implants that is suggested. So any other questions? I think we have answered well. Yeah. Okay, guys. If there is no more questions, I think we'll end this session. It's already 1 hour. I think it's good. Yeah.
Murvish, one last question.
Yeah.
If we have IELTS, are we exempted for that English exam?
I think no, that English exam is not, I told just now, it is not actually the language proficiency test. It is a pattern of that expectations from the embassy or the what we call the policies. So that you can handle it. It will be, I saw that papers, last papers. It is some normal questions, whether it will confirm that whether the person is having basic English or not.
Oh, okay, thank
you. Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, my high school has already issued the.
Go on.
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Sir, my high school has already issued the reference form, but it doesn't contain the question whether about how much how much will they recommend MEXT for me? So will it be fine if I submit that letter?
I didn't get you. What they have written?
Sir, there was one question that should be included, right? Like how much will they will my university or my high school recommend MEXT for me? but my recommendation letter does not answer that question. So will it be accepted?
You could have asked them, right, to put some number. I think they embassy said they will not be worried about that. That is only relative term in your selection. It's not the absolute term. So if you can't get it, I think it should be okay. You don't need to worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How many biography situations should the research plan contain?
Sorry.
I saw in your paper
sorry.
that you write that 7 and 10.
No. Can you ask once again? I couldn't understand.
Okay, sorry. How many bibliography situations should the research plan contain?
For the research plan, I think 5 to 10 is more than suffice. 5 to 12 or 10. So many also not necessary.
Okay, and I mean 5 or 10.
You can put any number up to 10. Minimum 4 to 5 is good.
But what is better?
There is more than 4. Everything is better up to 10. So it's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. CGPA issue, I think we have explained. You can see, man, it is a relative term. It's not nothing to worry. There are other opinions also from other scholars. You can unmute and speak if somebody wanted to speak. No issue. CGPA issue. My questions. What you are asking, Mr. What you are asking? Two questions. I don't know if I missed that. If you can unmute and speak, it will be good. Else, let me see. Yeah.
I am Dharani.
Okay.
Actually, for the further process, should we submit our first grade to 12th grade transcript?
Sorry?
If we have to submit, if we selected in the preliminary round, then we have to submit the transcript from first grade to 12th grade.
That's what I think. It is not our practice or Indian context, at least. So 10th and 12th should be enough. But nowadays, these previous years also, they're storing the grades in your schools. So I think we need to confirm with the embassy. Maybe while asking for these documents, I'll try to talk to these embassy people. If I can get the answer, I'll tell you in the group. For now, I'll not have proper answer, but I think it is okay with the 10th and 12th.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. As my university give percentage results like 76% is out of 4, which is 3.04. How much? How to change it according to MEXT? You can put the percentage as it is, so you need not to worry about conversion. You can convert. They given nicely that Excel sheet about MEXT the grades translation. So you can use that sheet and you can do yourself. There is some formula they given openly how to do. You can get it in Google. I think in the group you can post. Somebody will answer it. I think we shared earlier. As I need to attach the publication abstract. So if you have more than 2-3 papers, should be all papers abstract. Actually, the limit of the research plan is 4 pages. So if it is fitting that, you put everything. Like either you should put content or you should put paper limit. So you should consider that. You can't put more pages. That's what they mentioned. So the abstracts is up to your relevance of the topic and the page limit you can put. So minimum percentage is required for MEXT scholarship. I think somebody answered. I think Gaurav, it is 60 or 65% minimum. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for hosting the session. May I ask for recording of today's session? I was not able to join. I think we have recorded. We'll try to share as it is in the channel, YouTube channel. You can watch it later. We'll try to stream today or tomorrow. We'll upload it online. Please let me know any proper way of university track application. University track application, last year we have put full data. I think that is still be so active, and we have shared some of the updates last year. You can see the playlist. You'll be you can get used to that context. It's like not only me, there are 3 more applicants they have shared, so it is good to if you can see the videos, and you can ask specific doubts later on, because university track will open after August, so no issue. For PhD it is 80%. I think minimum is 60-65, but yeah, because of competition it may go 80 or 85, so that is relative term. Can you please tell the difference between research theme and research plan? I'm sort of confused in this. I think we have shared in the video, and even in the morning I was streaming the video. Research theme is the short description. Research plan will contain full 3 pages plan. Research theme is the title and your brief description of your the research outcome, whatever you are proposing. Guys, I'm again and again requesting, please try to understand the application thoroughly. Unless like if you get selected in the second phase of round, if you don't understand proper application thing, still you have a chance of getting rejected in the second round, because the questions will be so what we call the logical. The way you have to answer is so much, should be so much logical. The moment you understand more about the expectations of the embassy or the university, and the moment you know more details about the application process, you can answer it in a better way. So that is my suggestion. So for the year of passing, my academic year was 2015 to 2019, but my degree is in 2020. So what to write, 2019 or 2020? You can put 2020 only. They will understand, because of the pandemic, the delay has happened. So they will understand. You can put 2020, no issue. But the course duration is 4 years, so they will know. Okay, guys, if there is no more doubts, I think I'll stop the recording and I'll stop the session. Wish you good luck. All the best. Please try your best. This is really competitive. Whatever I understood the application process. Wish you good luck. Globe, I think it's good that you are able to join for the session.